You're listening to Chicagoland's finest podcast, featuring the Gorehound.
Well, because I'm bringing us in.
Jen.
I mean, it's horrifying because,
Cousin Charles. And Nick.
I know. I thought I was going to screw it up again.
It's time for the all-new Culture Cast, starting now.
I am the Gorehound.
I'm Nick.
And we are the all-new Culture Cast, back for the latest edition. How are you doing today, Nick?
I'm doing pretty good, Gorehound. Are you ready to talk about the scariest movie of all time?
Of all time. People are getting off Netflix because this is too scary for them. And it's just quite an overstatement.
It's called The Gorehound's Showering Experience.
Yes. It's people are talking about this movie, so we thought we would give it its due diligence.
And what movie is that, Gorehound?
Veronica.
Veronica. Is that how you pronounce it?
In Spanish, I don't know.
Okay.
The way that the kids said it was so classy.
Vero.
Yeah, I was like, man, I am so far separated from that level of classiness. So. Yeah. Okay. So, why don't you start us off? What have you been watching?
What have you been watching?
Veronica. That's
nothing else.
I feel like there has been something I recently watched, but I can't remember what it is. I recently rewatched, quote unquote, rewatched the 4th season of Arrested Development.
Okay.
Because about a month or so ago, as of this recording, they re-released it on Netflix. They re-edited the 4th season because when it was originally released,
I heard about that, and I've thought about giving that a shot because I'm a fan of Michael Cera, and I was like, I could watch that.
Did you see the original Arrested Development, the first?
I peeked in and out of it. The girl liked it, but I couldn't get into it then.
Yeah. I think those first 3 years are phenomenal, but I didn't care for the 4th season when it originally aired because it was so different, and each episode of the 4th season originally followed one specific character, and then when they redid it, they re-edited it where the plot lines are now, the whole thing's now linear, where before you would follow one character over the course of the same period and how their storyline intersected with the other people's storylines.
Yeah.
But you didn't get the full puzzle, the full picture until you watched the whole season to see how everything sort of dips in and out. And then a lot of people didn't like that, so they re-edited it to try to make it as close to how the show used to be, sort of doing it in a typical episodic way. And it's a little bit better, but not by much.
Yeah.
So I've not seen the new season yet. I'm waiting for the Kiwi to get caught up, because she wants to watch it with me. So
yeah,
which means we'll probably never actually get to watching it, but that's okay.
Yeah. I'm considering watching that just because I'm trying to watch more TV, and it seems like a solid one, and it's got Michael Cera, so.
If you want to watch more TV, there's always Star Trek.
There is. I forgot about that.
There's 300 episodes.
Yeah, pretty much enough for the rest of my life.
There's never enough. You can never have enough Star Trek.
So I've been watching quite a few things, but things that come to mind is I just watched another Netflix movie called The Ritual last night. That was it was pretty fun. The girl was out, and so I figured I might as well get a dark and moody horror movie in, and it was dark and moody. Yeah, 3 out of 5. Nothing to write home about. But I was.
Was it? Do you consider it scarier than the scariest movie ever made?
I would say it's on the same level of scariness as Veronica, but because I started watching a movie called Friend Request on Netflix.
Oh, I've seen the ads for that.
And I started it and I was like, you know what, I gotta watch this on a Friday or Saturday night because it was a teen slasher, and I'm like,
that's your bread and butter.
I was like, I really want to look forward to this because I am seriously like not finding enough teen slashers out there right now. So looking forward to watching that. But what are some other ones that I've watched? I also checked out Geostorm. I was really looking forward to watching this, even though I knew it wasn't going to be very good. But it looked like a really large budget, sci-fi movie. So I was like, yeah, definitely. And then the podcast, How Did This Get Made, covered it. And I was like, oh, I got to do it. But unfortunately, I fell asleep during it.
It was that good, huh?
So I was really looking forward to it. It could not keep me awake. So if that's
it was your hop.
Yes. If that was any testament to how good it was. So, and we just finished watching we're all caught up on Fresh Off the Boat. Actually, I don't know any of their names, but it was hilarious. It was very good. So, but yeah, nothing else really coming to mind in TV or movies. I did want to share. I'm reading the current line. Actually, I don't know if it's the current line. A more recent line of She-Hulk comics. That is like for the first time. Like I just like kept on cruising through comic after comic because usually I read the comic like every few nights, and I went through like 6 of them, and I just like couldn't put them down. It was the first time that a comic was really like I really want to find out what happens next. So, but yeah, it's the current line of She-Hulk where apparently Bruce Banner dies in some previous line, and so She-Hulk becomes the Hulk. Like She-Hulk becomes Hulk,
takes his place.
Right. Not in the Avengers or anything. She just like her mutant abilities changes. So I'm intrigued, and I'm really interested in this. That the DuPage Comic Book Convention. I'm
Mighty Con.
Oh yeah, yes, Mighty Con. I'm going to shell out a few bucks to find the rest of this line.
All right. Well, I'll make sure you bring a list. If you remember the last time I went to Mighty Con.
Dude, bring a list, bro.
Gotta make a list, bro. Like, I'm sorry.
No, I've even set aside the Friday because we're going on a Saturday, and I set that Friday aside because I'm gonna be like I'm going to because I also bought some comic book dividers. Ooh. And I'm like I've reached a new level in my comic seniority. So I think I've got I keep my comics in variety pack beer boxes. Those like cardboard ones because they're perfect fit, and I've got maybe 4 of them full. So I'm working my way up. But yeah, so you haven't been watching anything else? You've just been a busy guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I've been watching things here and there, but nothing worth really noting.
Yeah,
I'm just kind of drawing a blank, honestly, of things. Just nothing that we haven't already talked about in previous episodes, so it's not worth bringing up.
Yeah. But in the next few weeks, I'm sure I'll bring some other stuff up because I've been watching a lot. So, all right. So, Man Crush. I'm just gonna throw it out. Nobody has been impressing me. I have been on the prowl, and I'm just not finding anybody who I'm like, I really stand behind them. So, sorry guys.
You've disappointed our fans.
Hey man, I'm disappointed. I want to find a man crush. But
our statistics show that most people tune out of our episodes after Man Crush. They stay for that and then they bounce.
Hey man, if you find a candidate for Man Crush of the Week, send them my way. Be like, why is this person worthy? And I'll consider it. It's just I'm not just gonna throw people in this.
Okay. All right.
I take this seriously.
Clearly. So.
All right. Yeah, getting into Veronica.
Veronica.
We're gonna pronounce it every which way.
Yeah. If the director. Can I say something about this movie before we actually dig in?
Let's do it.
When you, I didn't really hear about this film before you're like, who wants to talk about Veronica?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, I'm game, and I had some time, so I was like, I could watch this. And I went to search for it on Netflix, and there are two Mexican horror movies.
Oh right, I did see
released in 2017 called Veronica, and I'm like, I don't know which one it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and because I'd watched this when it like first came out, and I never really realized that there was a second one. But yeah, and it's a straight up another Spanish horror movie.
And I was so tempted to like watch the other one.
Yeah, see which one is better.
No. I mean, just watch that one instead of the one we were supposed to watch.
Yeah.
So we can like recapture your Bridget Jones episode where we're talking about like two completely different movies.
Oh man, that would have been good. That would not that I don't already have a smile on my face right now, but my smile would have been even larger. But maybe next week we could talk about this other one and see how similar and contrasted it is.
We'll see. I gotta say, I was slightly disappointed when I learned it was subtitled.
Yeah.
Not that I have anything against foreign films or movies that are subtitled. It's just kind of like, oh man, I really gotta like pay attention during this thing.
Oh no, when there's subtitles in a horror movie, it's legit. Yeah, I mean, actually, I think that might be like a common theme that if you have subtitles, you are like not shitting around. It is. These people like put their heart and soul into this. But let's get into this. So Veronica is this Spanish horror movie directed by Paco Plaza. Awesome name, first off. Who's also directed other films such as the original Rec series, of which I am a huge fan of.
You know, during my early podcasting days, in the first show I did, the
season 1.
No. Before you keep calling it that. Before the Culture Cast was around, when good old Zach and I did Cult It or Can It.
Yeah. A separate podcast.
A separate podcast. Yeah, it's long been gone.
Yeah.
We did an episode on Quarantine, which was the American remake of the first Rec film.
Right.
It was terrible.
Oh yes, Quarantine is, but Rec is. I mean, in my opinion, a phenomenal movie. And after watching,
I've heard, yeah.
After watching this, I was like, gosh, I kind of want to watch the entire series again, because those were, they were all jumping off of each other, and they were all like really good. But yeah, so Veronica, we follow a group of siblings, and the oldest sibling, Veronica, decides, I want to play with a Ouija board, because nothing bad ever comes out of a Ouija board.
No.
So unknowingly, she unleashes the demonic force into their lives.
Yeah. Starts stalking her and her family.
Right. And in particular, it spoilers. It haunts pretty much her alone. It pretty much makes her the demon, which we find out later. She's been the one who's kind of inflicting all these horrors on the kids.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that later on.
So, but yeah, and it's based off of a true story in 1991, which seems to actually portray the events as they're reported in the story. A girl plays with a Ouija board, and then supernatural forces happen.
Yeah, I would say let's put like quotations over based on real events.
Well, it's not like Texas Chainsaw, where it's an amalgamation of like all these different things.
No, from what I researched, it's the main similarities are that a girl played with a Ouija board, and then a couple of months later she died, and the cop who found her or reported the crime thought there was some supernatural stuff going on, and that's pretty much the extent of the based on real events, and all the other stuff they kind of just made up for a movie. Even like the director said, I didn't feel like I needed to like play everything exactly like it really happened. So
okay, so this was pretty much just the report. Yeah, because I think I remember it was just like the police report. That which was documenting the true story of it. Yeah,
like in the movie, things take place over like a 3-day period, but in reality, I guess it was over a couple of months.
Yeah.
And so.
Okay, but I mean, regardless,
like true-ish.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I can stand behind that. So, but yeah, the reason that we decided to jump on this is because people are saying this is the scariest movie on Netflix. And it just isn't.
No. I mean, there's definitely some creepy parts. Definitely spooky. But, like, I'm not like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm not getting freaked out by this thing the way people are making it sound like.
All right, and we just got hook, line, and sinkered into this.
Yeah.
Because it looks like there were just like a few people on Twitter who were like, "This movie is so scary," and that's pretty much the basis of it all. And then a whole bunch of headlines grabbed it, and here we are.
Clickbait,
and
as they call it.
It sucks because there's a lot of movies out there, a lot of bad movies, and I feel like I got sunk into this unfairly.
Would you have watched it independently if you came across it? And you didn't know if they didn't have like all the media surrounding it?
Probably not, because just based on the premise of a teen girl and her siblings being haunted by a ghost, that's really not a whole lot for me, because I also don't like the whole ghost child, and I feel like reading the premise, I would have been seeing a whole lot of that, albeit we didn't. But the premise did not sell me, and so I may have, but I certainly jumped on this much faster than I typically would have.
Well, they fooled you.
Yeah, but I was happy to find out that it was directed by Paco Plaza after the fact, and I'm not sure if that would have changed anything prior, but I love Rec, and I could see the quality that he put into this. It was a different film because Rec is a much more violent and grotesque film, and faster scenes and all around because it's found footage. Mm-hmm. And this one really didn't have any of that, and it really relied more on the suspense and the thrill of it. Yeah,
it was definitely a slow burn of a movie where the Veronica's journey just kind of like slowly builds over time, where you don't know what's going on, and little creepy things happen here and there, and you're not sure, is that really happening? Is it not happening? Mm-hmm. You're kind of like wondering about the mystery along with her. Mm-hmm. So, and it's not very action oriented until the end, where things get kind of like crazy town.
Right. Yeah. I watched this twice, and the second time around, it didn't really hold up because I knew everything, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like I could see her doing that now, but it didn't really unveil anything new about it. Nor was I like excited to watch it a second time.
Let's talk about that ending just a little bit, where it's revealed that you think a demon is haunting this family, but in reality, Veronica has been possessed this entire time, unbeknownst to her, and that she's been the one inflicting all the pain and things like that.
And the horrors on the children, siblings.
Although I don't. That came out of that they revealed that, and I thought that was a very strange reveal because I didn't know what the point or the purpose of it was. Like the little boy said, "Oh, Daddy came and talked to me," and was Veronica pretending to be the dad?
Yeah, the daddy aspect was confusing to me because I was trying to understand, like, was her dad the demon that inhabited her?
I mean, I'm guessing that the demon was just using the dad's image because she was trying to call her dad with the Ouija board, and
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, that was a weak link of the entire story where it
the bottoms of the beds were burnt. Like, did Veronica do that, or was that done by the demon independently? And then Veronica tries to kill herself to kill the demon.
Right,
but the demon stops her, but the demon kills her anyway. Like, it was very. I didn't get it.
Yeah, like the burned beds, like that is really only frightening for like the grotesque aspect of it. Like, oh, you've been sleeping on this dirty bed. It really it doesn't really play into the story other than like it just doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, there's a creep factor, don't get me wrong, but it's just kind of like I didn't know where they were going with certain things, and kind of along those lines, like the beginning of the movie, it's revealed that Veronica is 14, I think, or 15, and she hasn't had her period yet. And I'm thinking, oh, that might come into play, but it never does, except later on she might have had her period. I don't know, but I didn't know what the point of all that was. It was like a weird little detail to throw in there and it goes nowhere.
Yeah, I forgot about that. A few weak things about it, yeah. But yeah, the demon, we really don't see it a whole lot. We see it portrayed as a shadow running along the wall, which I find that to be a weak element in horror movies because it's pretty much just CGI, and it's like... I don't think a moving shadow is that scary because you don't really see it all that often. I think the dark figure in the background is super scary because that is relatable. You know?
Yeah.
But like you don't see like a shadow running along the wall, and so it's just it breaks your level of suspense because the frightening thing is something that like you don't know what it is, and you know a shadow is something that you don't know what it is.
I didn't mind the shadow as much as you did.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of glad that we didn't really see the demon all that much.
Yeah.
Because I think it added sort of a level of mystique to it. Like when you see the monster, it starts to become less scary. But when you don't see it, then your imagination can run a little wild. Yeah. And then, so I don't know, it kind of worked in that way.
Yeah. That reminds me of that Netflix movie that I just watched, The Ritual. They showed the demon like very slightly for like 80% of the film, and then for like the last 20% they just full frontal with this monster, and it kind of diminished it because then I'm just focusing on like it looks cool, but at the same time like I think a lot of movies today are thinking we have to show you the monster, and yeah. In Sharknado, I want to see everything. But in a good movie, it helps to not show as much.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons why the original Alien film works so well, is that you really don't see a good view of the monster until, like, the very, very end. Mm-hmm. And kind of like why the sequels don't work as well, because, you see the monster already. You know what it is.
Oversaturated.
Yeah. You got away with it in Aliens because it became an action movie, not a horror movie. Mm-hmm. But after that, like, it was kind of like, okay. Yeah. Who cares?
One thing about this movie that I did find very charming was the siblings and the kids. They were just like the most delightful things, and I was like, these kids aren't acting; they're just being kids and getting ready for school and dealing with like a teenage housekeeper. It's like
the kids acted like kids. In too many movies nowadays, you have kids that don't actually act like kids, and these were kids being kids. So I applaud the young actors for doing a good job. Yeah, especially the little boy. Yeah. I thought he was
Antonio.
I liked him a lot too. He was a cute kid.
Very, very much so.
Maybe because now that I have a kid, I see things a little bit differently, or I have a new perspective on it. But
what are you, a dad?
Yeah, I know, right? Seeing kids in movies like this adds extra charm. Like you don't want like the little boy. You're like, oh man, there's a 50-50 chance that this kid's gonna be dead by the end. I hope that doesn't happen because he's really likable.
Yeah. But yeah, throughout the movie, we find that the mother is, struggling to support, her, what is it, four kids? Yeah. By working at a diner. So it's pretty much just Veronica taking care of everybody. And you kind of see these glimpses, like, she really doesn't want to do this, but at the same time, she's accepted this fate. So.
Yeah, there's, like, their father had died, so the mother... I'm guessing she owns the restaurant or the bar or whatever it is that she has. That's the impression that I got. Cause she works like all the way until like the middle of the night, pretty much.
Pretty much 24/7.
Yeah. So like Veronica has to be morning caretaker and evening caretaker and everything else.
Yeah, but I do like that they kind of showed that is why the mom is never there. Like, that is a logical explanation as to why it's just following the kids for the entire movie.
I wasn't sure at the beginning if it was a case of a neglectful mother, because, like, she was just sleeping, and she's like, the kids are taken care of. I was like, okay, I'm going to sleep some more. I'm like, oh, wait, is she just, like just a mother who drinks all the time and doesn't care about her kids? But no, she actually works pretty darn hard. So
Right.
what elements of the movie did you like that we haven't gone over?
I thought that Veronica was the strongest part of this.
I would hope so. The movie was named after her.
Yeah, her as an actress, because she was showing all these different side stories, like. She's obviously curious. She's playing with a Ouija board. So she's like she wants to like explore and have excitement, but at the same time she has to take care of her siblings because it's her family. And she also has like all these passion with this band that's always playing in the background.
Oh yeah, where it's like counting down.
Right, on our headphones, and I'm like, I've been into a band that much where I'm just like always listening to them, and it's an escape. Yeah, she really held this movie together, and it was kind of that unknown, it was that altogether aspect of most Spanish horror movies that I watch are incredible to me. There aren't very many Spanish horror movies that really fall down. And that is what kept me going through this. It might be because it's subtitled, so you really have to stay focused on it. Mm-hmm. And so you're immediately going to be more into it than you would, one where you don't necessarily have to have your eyes on the film for the entire time. But yeah, it's just kind of that altogether Spanish element of it that really separates away from American cinema, where you don't see like all this politics or stereotypes or cliches in it. It's kind of it's an independent horror movie film that really is just trying to make a good movie.
What was there anything about the movie what elements of the movie did you not like?
I didn't like the replayability. That was, I really wish that it could have held up. But at the same, there wasn't any, this movie was a lot of suspense. Mm-hmm. And I don't think suspense really holds up over replays
because it's going to go on and
right and
kind of like our last episode with Get Out. It's a very suspenseful film, but after you've seen it you're like, all right, I'm good.
This movie was pretty much focusing all on Veronica and her relationship or her outward actions with everything else, and that we really didn't care anything else about anybody else, like her two sisters. Like, we could care less what they're doing, whatever. We saw a little bit of relationship with her friends, but that really didn't play a whole lot into anything.
Yeah, the one friend bails on her because supposedly Veronica whispered to her, "I'm going to die on Saturday," which is like, nice friend, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut you out of my life now. And then you had the other friend who's like, "Oh, I want to see my dead boyfriend." But like within 2 days, she's like making out with some other guy. He's like, "Oh, well."
Oh, high school love. So, I don't know. What were you digging?
I like the atmosphere. I thought the movie was paced very well. I kind of agree with you that once you see it, you're like, all right, I'm good. I don't need to see anything more. Mm-hmm. I've seen it all. So I mean, it's. I thought the acting was pretty good from all the leads and the little kids, the twins and the little boy. I thought were really, really good. Mm-hmm. I do not think it is the scariest movie ever.
No.
Oh my god! I can't believe we didn't talk about this. Sister Death.
Oh yes.
What do you think of Sister Death?
I found that a little derivative. The blind nun. I feel like that's in like a whole bunch of movies, but maybe this is the Devil Inside, which was an American movie, has that.
Veronica.
Okay, I guess this is not too derivative, but that's another thing where it's just like, so what was her role? Like, she just basically said, like, I know that you summoned a demon, you did bad, and you really shouldn't have, and that's it.
That was pretty much. She was just there to provide exposition.
Yeah. That
was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Like, she was there just to be like, oh, here's what you need to do now. But of course she speaks in riddles where Veronica then has to go buy another Ouija board and the stuff that comes with it. So, Oh, Veronica, you're so crazy.
And what were some things that you weren't digging in particular?
I kind of mentioned some of that a little bit with I wasn't digging how you see it once. There isn't a lot of rewatchability to it. The the motives of the demon. Oh, I wasn't sure what the motives of the demon was.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
What they were, what it was about trying to do? Like, did it want to kill them? Did it just want to haunt them? Like, what was its goal?
Yeah, was it just like a mischievous demon? It was just like, I have no purpose. I'm just here to like cause mayhem.
Yeah, that's a lot of these possession movies. Like, they never talk about what the demon's goals are. Like, what are the stakes other than causing to scare them? Like, what does it want? Like, we think it might want the little boy, but why?
Yeah.
And but it really doesn't. I don't know. It was a little blurry.
Yeah. I forgot to mention that I watched Insidious, the latest Insidious movie, and that had a excellent reason for possession, where you actually got to like, this is why this demon is very angry. Just so you know, this is why. It was like, okay, we got it.
Like, the movie just stops dead to say.
Pretty much, it was like hammering it in. But yeah, true. In this one, it's just like, so the demon was called, okay, and he's just gonna hang out until shit gets real, and shit got real. But yeah, in the end, Veronica eventually dies, but I take it like the demon hasn't, because he got the call to be like, the girl died. And then, like, the burnt picture, like, reformed.
Yeah, was that just for effect for the movie, or was that supposedly happen?
Oh, I imagine it's just for a sequel.
I guess they could make one. But if Veronica died, is it like Veronica's a demon now?
Oh, Antonito!
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Yeah, well, hey, it took place in 91, so when he's like a teen, it could take place in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
So,
it'll happen.
Do you remember at the end of the movie where they're doing like and then this happened, the cop wrote the report?
Oh, yeah.
They had pictures, like, they look like crime scene pictures, not like stills.
Yeah.
Was that supposedly supposed to be, I couldn't tell if that was like the set, or if that was like supposedly the real crime scene photos from the real event.
I don't know. And I was like, that's a good thing, where I'm like, is that real? Was it from like the actual scene? But in the end, I don't typically believe that, because I just feel like they can play with it. Nobody's going to know one way or the other. If it's real, who cares? If it's real, then it's kind of disrespectful, because like, somebody died from like this true story. Like, yes, we are profiting off of this, but let's keep that distance.
I guess we'll never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
So what did the Kiwi watch this?
No, she did not.
No. Oh, neither did the Graveyard Queen.
Well, maybe they should watch it, and then they can do an episode about it, and then we can have Veronica parts 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question here. Clearly, this movie was mismarketed as the scariest movie of all time.
Hands down, yes.
And that is not true. So what for you is the scariest movie of all time?
That I find that to be a very personal question, and I don't think it's something that can be judged or like transferred between person to person. For me, I believe that Pet Sematary is one of the scariest movies of all time, because I legitimately had nightmares for weeks after watching that. Albeit it was like, I was like real young, but like not many other movies, have scarred me that much, where I was just like crying and like having nightmares, because I was just like, what if it really happened? So, yes, so that in one aspect of like, it truly frightened me. I think that the first Insidious movie is like, you cannot take your eyes away from that. And then there's movies that are just like The Ring, where it's like, it caused me to have such a reaction where I jumped out of my seat physically because I was frightened. despite that being, overplayed seriously, there was a point in time when that was really scary.
Yeah, no, I could see that. Like, it's all about when you first see something, and
Yes.
I'm kind of with you on that. Like, to me, nowadays, there really isn't a lot of movies that I find to be scary. Like, I don't get scared from movies a whole lot anymore. I don't know if I ever really have gotten scared. At least nothing jumps to mind. The only thing that comes close was there was a movie. Well, it wasn't a movie. It was Max. Back in the late '90s on UPN. Remember that network?
I think so. Yeah.
There was it was claimed to be, this is found footage. Like, before the found footage thing got played out.
Yeah, before Blair Witch.
Maybe around that time. I can't remember the specifics, but it was called like alien abduction at in so and so county.
Yeah.
And it was supposedly it was a video camera. They found this videotape camera of this family's Thanksgiving, and they were terrorized by aliens.
Yeah.
And you were going to see the footage. We're going to show you the footage. And like during it was like an hour special, and during the special they would pause the video and they would analyze. Like, you see this here, how there's this distortion, and see how the little girl is acting, and it was obviously fake, but I was younger at the time, and I was like, well, maybe this could have happened.
Yeah.
And there was one thing in there that was just super unsettling, and even when I think about it now, it still gives me the heebie-jeebies, because I remember how I saw it then, is that one by one the family's being abducted, and you don't see any aliens in the film except at the very, very end, where the kid's doing his little confession video, like, oh, they got this guy, I'm hiding here in the attic, and he's like, what's that, and then the kid just freezes, and the camera drops down but pointed up, and out of the shadows from the upward perspectives, that's the standard gray alien with the big head and big eyes, it just pops out and approaches the kid and slowly reaches out to him, and the video just cuts out at that point. And it was a very effective shot that it was just really, really creepy, and it didn't keep me up at night. But it really stuck with me after all these years, and I'd say that's the closest thing to getting legitimately.
I'm intrigued. I want to know the name of this.
I should try to find it. I'll send you the link. And you know what we should do? If we're able to find a YouTube video of it or something, we should a future podcast episode.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Let's see. Let me see. Let me Google that.
Yeah.
And
I've been listening to this. I just finished a podcast called Two Less Lonely Girls. And it's a podcast about two adult women who are in love with Justin Bieber legitimately. And it's just, they just talk about various aspects. Albeit they are comedians, but they have these little jingles that whenever they do research, they're like, it's a research break. We'll research stuff and waste your time because we should have done this before. And it's a great jingle. I could listen to this jingle on repeat. It reminds me of that.
Okay, I found it. I found it here.
Okay.
Alien abduction incident in Lake County. It's I found it on Wikipedia here.
Yeah.
It originally aired January 18th, 1998. So I think this was just
that
prior.
looks old school.
Yeah. Let's see. Tommy, a teenager in Lake County, Minnesota, is making a home video of his family's Thanksgiving dinner when they are attacked and ultimately abducted by extraterrestrials. The film caused confusion and controversy among first-time viewers, many of whom believed it portrayed real events and did not realize it was fictional.
Huh. I've seen quite a few movies that are just like this, and I'll keep on watching them. Oh man, that's good.
Oh, this is great. Very much like Orson Welles' War of the Worlds broadcast, Alien Abduction aired on UPN, immediately following Real Vampires Exposed, which offered a tabloid-like investigation of vampires.
But yeah, going back to your discussion on scary movies, I just think that the scary factor in horror movies is really diminishing, just because we have access to so much. And they've done so much with movies that it's like, I fail to believe a lot of this. And where I think that in in the horror genre, the horrifying aspect is being more prominent. Like, that is horrific. That is so crazy. It's not scary, it's just horrifying. Kind of using this word in the definition. But long story short, I think that scariness in movies is really diminishing, and when we see it, it's very valuable because it's really difficult to do now. Like Babadook. I think that was one of the last really good scary movies. Have you seen that one?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, because the voice of the Babadook like really gets you, and it like, yeah, that's a good one. All right, so where are we at? You got any final thoughts on Veronica?
No, other than it's a very well-made movie. I think it's worth watching, but scariest movie of all time, it is not.
Yeah, we got hook, line, and sinker then. Are you going to recommend this to the Kiwi?
I mean, I'll tell her about it. I don't know if this will be the type of movie she'll willingly go and see. But
I probably would not recommend this. If I were to recommend a comparable movie, it would be a similar Spanish horror movie like The Orphanage. I would recommend that one much more than this because it's about kids, and that is just that one's got a twist. It's very moody, and it's got rewatchability because it's just so crazy. So, but yeah, my final thoughts is that it's a 3 out of 5. It plays well, pretty good the first time around because it does have a purported twist at the end that doesn't really make sense completely. But you're like, the movie's okay. I'll take it. The family relations is adorable, and to see like how just vocally how they talk to each other, their accents and the dialogue, and then you have like that Spanish music playing over it. It's like, this is good. I like this. So there's a lot of things that bring you back in, despite some like glaring flaws with it. So all right. I
think that covers it. I don't really have any trivia tonight. I kind of used my trivia up earlier when we talked about the other Veronica movie that's on Netflix. It's a Spanish horror film.
Yeah.
So
all right. Well, let's close this bad boy out. I'm the Gorehound.
And I'm Nick.
And we are the all-new Culture Cast. Catch you next week.
Later.
You've been listening to the all-new Culture Cast. Check out our blog at znculturecast.wordpress.com. Send us an email at nick.culturecast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your feedback, comments, and requests. Follow us on social media. Theme music by bensound.com. The all-new Culture Cast, a saltwater production. Original material copyright 2018. Thanks for listening.